I'm going to do a special book club.
Okay.
What does that mean?
That's threatening, okay.
Cacophony comes, well, it's Win at this point. Win comes to this book club going, everyone! Alviva? When Alviva woke up this morning, a parchment flowed down from the sky and landed in my hand, and I read it. And I think we should do it at book club today.
What?
Okay.
What?
So everyone gather around.
No, are you saying I wrote it, or did I channel it from my dreams?
It's written by some sort of fae named Mac Weaver.
Oh, we're doing this one. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're doing this one. Great. Good.
Oh, I'm terrified.
Oh, boy.
Is this self-fanfiction?
Are we explaining this, Mac? Are we explaining the context here?
We can explain it afterward.
Okay, great.
So everybody settle in, because I think we'll find it very exciting.
Juliana takes a nervous sip of coffee.
Elviva is near the exit. This all feels troubling.
Artie is snuggled up.
Also, I love the idea that in the Gem Jammer universe, Mac Weaver is a native of the Feywild.
It's canon now. Okay, would you believe that Mackenzie is the pseudonym for a Fey writer? Because I would.
I would.
Him.
Oh boy.
His Imperial Tyrannical Alpha Majesty, first in line for the throne of Wolfington, Jackson Aurelius Forsythia Megawolf Moon, or more colloquially known to his friends as Jax.
Sorry?
Slammed. Yes, Jill?
No, don't worry, go on,
Okay.
I guess.
Slammed the door closed to the bridal suite. He growled, a low rumbling thing in his chest, the wolf inside of him meeting the wolf outside of him in fury and anger.
Wait, is this the wolf inside of him meets the wolf outside
Meeting
of
the
him.
wolf outside of him?
Like, it's when, like in those stories you told me where one dude is split into two dudes and then he kisses himself.
No, it's not one of those.
Oh, okay.
Is this like what you were telling me about, Artie, where there are two wolves inside you and they're both named Toby?
Yes, I think it's more like that. You will not be crowned monarch, his stern mother had said, her snoot sneering, until you cover both your supposed spouses with your scent. We will know, Jackson. We are wolves after all, and wolves have good noses.
He's getting a Van Helsing vibe. I do appreciate.
Jax turned then to look toward the four-poster bed, the silken lace curtains pushed aside. Despite the bad circumstances, his heart still thumped heavily at his chest as he looked toward Gilliana and Jocelyn.
Sorry?
Well,
Who? Whoops?
Gilliana and Jocelyn.
What?
Jacqueline sounds like he's a cool bro.
Gil looked radiant, her silver dreads catching in the light from the wolf's
I'm
head-shaped
sorry?
sconce on the wall. Yes, Jill?
Sorry, what?
I
Gilliana!
don't think this didn't come from my bed or my dreams. I absolved myself of all of this.
Jocelyn! Jack?
Gil looked radiant, her silver dreads catching in the light from the wolf's head-shaped sconce on the wall. The silvery light making a halo around her head that immediately made him think of her beautiful wings she threw out whenever she was protecting someone.
Juliana starts leaning back in her chair, pressing far away from this.
She was watching him with a look both anxious and needy, like she needed him, but no, he was just reading into things too much. And holding her was his other love. No, he couldn't even think that. That was all just a farce that was soon becoming all too real. Who looked just as beautiful, but in a different way. His tusks made Jax's throat clench with need, his broad shoulders flexing beneath the silken gown he was wearing. They both stared at him.
What's happening?
This is so captivating.
I'm really into it.
What's happening? Why is this happening? Where did this come from?
It's not me.
I told you the Feywild! I'm so sorry about this, Jack said, and his voice broke. Come here, Gil said, holding out her dark-skinned hand, and next to her, Jocelyn held out his free hand as well.
Where do we keep finding these books?
Jax eagerly fell into them. It was supposed to be enough. The two of you being my pretend alpha spouses. I didn't know they'd expect follow-through, he said. I don't know what to do. I'm a very clever wolf man, but this is beyond my kidding.
Oh.
Okay, we definitely have to make Max say, I am a very clever wolf man at least once, right?
Why would we make Max say that?
What has happened? Why? What? Wait, Artie, are you really not? Are you not?
Shh. Let him live in this place. He's happy here.
Jax felt those tusks nuzzling into his throat and shoulder, felt a nibble, even as the beautiful cleric Gil leaned forward and shyly pressed her lips against his, and then looked back up into his eyes. Well, Jock and I, so sorry, we were talking about it, and we wouldn't... She glanced to Jock, too embarrassed and anxious to continue. We wouldn't mind being covered in your scent, Jax, Jock managed, pulling away to look like he wasn't even talking to two people. This place needs a king like you, clever and smart and handsome and stuff. Not like your mom, who just wants to join the world-eating cult and become an undead werewolf lady.
Oh, snap!
Jax's heart was beating so loudly he could hear it pounding in his ears. His only hesitation came in that he didn't know who he wanted to kiss more, but he pressed his snout roughly against Gil's, and she made a little noise of desire and fell back onto the bed as Jax fell with her.
Snout though.
Oh,
Snout!
you know what this means?
What?
He's already shifted, half shifted.
Ooh, there we go.
Is that how it works in this?
Snout though.
Jock was there with them, leaning in and slashing his tongue along Jax's jaw, which did result in Jock having to sputter a little. Jax was very hairy, even as his hands reached to each of them, roughly tearing Gil's dress so it came out in a big piece and swiftly and expertly unbuttoning Jax's fancy princely jacket.
Oh, so he doesn't have to get his clothes ripped up.
No. Soon, all three of them were nude and hopelessly tangled in each other. Jax felt like he was going to totally lose himself. Jocelyn and Gil had little love bites and marks all over the two of them from his sharp teeth.
Juliana
And
has,
both-
slowly been, sinking down in the chair, sliding down more and more and more.
And both were completely undone. He was on the bed, his hands on Gil's hips as she lowered herself onto his waiting shaft, and the wetness was so overwhelming he almost lost himself instantly.
Artie has my expression right now, which is his hands on his face in utter delight, just leaning forward in anticipation.
Juliana's chair is scooting back and back and back. It hits a wall.
Gil, he growled, even as he turned his head towards Jocelyn's huge cock that stood in pigeon next to his face. You need to be careful, because if your tight pussy makes me come, I might knot in you, and while it is very pleasurable as an experience, he wasn't just saying that to inflate his ego. When a wolf king knotted into one of his spouses, they would be conjoined in writhing orgasm for 30 solid minutes and unable to part. It is exhausting, and you shouldn't have to endure that. I want to protect you. Make me,
Jill-
said Gil.
Jill, the patched wall behind you gives a little bit with a groaning noise.
In a way that didn't totally make sense, but also kind of did in a way Jax couldn't quite understand. Jax couldn't think. He turned his head and opened his canine-filled mouth to suck Jocelyn's cock in as deep into his throat as it would go.
So dangerous.
This wasn't going to last long. They were all moaning and writhing on top of each other, and when they all three came, at the same time,
That's
his knots
expert.
hardening inside of Gil, the world exploded into a supernova of fireworks.
Jill, you might not want to lean against the wall that hard.
Huh? What? What? Huh? What? What? Huh? Where is what?
Anyway, that was just this random parchment that fell down from the air when Alviva woke up this morning, written by someone named Mac Weaver.
Stop mentioning me in this. I'm not complicit in this.
That's beautiful. I really wish that all those names weren't so similar, though.
It did kind of take me out of it.
Jack and Jock and Gil?
It's very hard to keep track of.
Why?
So I guess they know about the world-eating cult in the Feywild. It's weird this is how we find out.
Did you write this?
I didn't write it. You'll notice it's not my handwriting.
Juliana, like, paces across the circle, looks at the paper, like, holding it very far away from her. No, that isn't your handwriting.
It's not mine, I can barely write.
You can't look at me.
Was this all of it?
That was all of it. Are you going to burn it? I've already made a copy, Jill.
You have? What? Why? Huh?
I figured you might destroy this copy. Planning ahead.
We should drop it off in a library.
We should.
It's a new book.
Juliana folds up the paper. You know, I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna burn this later.
Okay. She's gonna keep it.
I'm gonna do a perception check. Hold on.
An insight check?
An insight, and that's a 10.
And I got an 8.
Roll your deception.
What exactly are you inciting?
That's right. I will roll deception. Okay. A thing I'm so good at. What is...
That's
so
a
that's
9.
a 9. That's a 9.
So you do fool Alviva.
But Artie,
No.
Artie recognizes the thirst.
Out of character, I did write that. Annie paid me to write it because I will write bad smut for you.
Yeah, Matt was like, I will write very bad smut for people so I can buy this DVD box set of Boys Over Flowers. And like...
I will still write bad smut for you if you send me money.
And I was like, all right, Mac, will you write me some incredibly shitty smut involving my Dungeons & Dragons character?
And I replied with, only if I can read it for Smutty Book Club. And she said, okay.
See, no, I don't think it's shitty. I think it's fun.
Oh, it's what? No. It is fun shitty. It is perfectly shitty on purpose. It's beautiful. I love it.
It is exactly what it is meant to be.
We have very good noses. Scent marking. Oh my god. Oh.
Just a stilted description of nodding.
Mm-hmm. That was... Oh, what an experience. So no, I had no... The content of it was entirely Mackenzie. I had no direction over that.
She just said she wanted Jill.
Yeah.
I did the rest.
Beautiful. This was money well spent. Y'all should commission Mackenzie to write shitty smut for you.
That was lovely.
Mm-hmm. Very special book club.
Very special book club.
I suppose we should say thank you, Feywild. I don't know.
Was this better or worse than the time Grack gave us self-destructing smut?
I wasn't there for that one.
I wasn't there either.
Look, that's not our fault. We tried.
You didn't even invite Veli.
We tried. We yelled. None of you listened.
I was sick.
We had very little control over what was happening in that moment.
We really did.
Like, very little.
No, it kept happening. I tried to close the box and it kept going.
This was much better. I hope. Do you think that this means that when I'm in the Feywild, I'm just, like, doing another smutty book club with a bunch of...
Are you, like, when you're in the Feywild,
Fae?
are you describing our adventures in detail to Fae who write fanfiction about it?
Maybe.
Wait, why would the Fae write fiction about us?
And they, like, record it, and then they record your description, your intricate description of our adventures, and then they all share it with all of their friends. This audio recording.
Veli's nose starts bleeding for some reason. You didn't know Veli had blood or a nose.
Veli, why are you leaking?
I don't know, I feel weird.
We definitely need to have Max say I'm a very clever wolfman, however.
I think
we do.
I don't think I need him to say anything.
I think we do.
I don't think so.
Hey, Jill.
What?
Are you going to share this with Lachlan? Jacqueline. Oh!
I think that's where we call it. I think that's where we call book club.
That's the end of book club.
Spectacular.
Good job, guys.
Gem Jammer is performed by Lexi Peppers, Annie Creighton, Kit Walker, Mackenzie Weaver, and Rio, and is edited by Jake Mason. Our character designs are by Rio, who you can find at vriosart on Twitter, and our cover art is by Canary Witch, who you can find at doodlesfromthebird.tumblr.com. Our opening and closing music is by Reckoning Storm AudioWorks. For more episodes of the show and our other shows, as well as news, check out our website at crookedrussiancamp.horse.